Welcome to Breaking Ties, a new you after divorce. This is your go-to source for practical advice and support for when the divorce process has finished. Join us each weekday for a quick chat where we'll cover a variety of topics related to post-divorce. Together, we'll explore the emotional, financial, and legal aspects of life after divorce and help you find the best path forward for you and your family. Here's your host and Certified Divorce Financial Analyst professional, Mike Fulkerson.
Welcome back to another episode of Breaking Ties, a new you after divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, and today we're diving into a topic that's both common and challenging: co-parenting arrangements for divorced parents. So whether you're navigating this yourself or you're looking to understand how to support someone in the situation, we got you covered here. Now, to start, let's acknowledge that co-parenting can be tough. I mean, it's difficult. It's really a big adjustment, especially if the divorce didn't go smoothly or, was very difficult kind of thing. So the well-being of the kids should always be the top priority. And this is meant to get into some tips to make this process as smooth as possible. Now, even though divorce is done and we don't have attorneys, we still need to communicate. So open communication is key. Both parents should maintain open and respectful communication. This involves, anything from discussing schedules to school activities, major decisions regarding the children, those type of topics. And as a parent, you still want to be consistent. Whether you have the children or you don't have the children, both of you really need to have some kind of consistency. And kids like routine. So whether it's bedtime, meals, discipline, children find comfort in knowing what to expect. But with that, there also has to be some flexibility. So life happens, things come up. Sometimes schedules need to adapt. So really be willing to make adjustments and compromises to accommodate anything that may arise. I mean, it may be you, it may be your ex-spouse. You really want to make sure that you guys can really adjust during times where it's necessary. Both parents also should be on the same page when it comes to major decisions like education, healthcare, religious beliefs. Consistency in values and expectations help children feel secure. Consistency and being on the same page, very similar. You guys want to try to do what's comfortable for the kids. Remember, a lot of this is for the kids. It's not for you or your ex-spouse. It really is to make things transition easily as possible for your kids. And one thing you always want to do is avoid conflict in front of your kids. You don't want to argue or anything like that. If you need to discuss something that's, serious, or you have a difference of opinion, you're going to have to do it privately, either a phone call or in person, anything away from the kids so they don't get caught in the middle or overhear what's taking place. And if you happen to be in a relationship where it is difficult and challenging, you might try to seek help from a family therapist, counselor. You never know, might be able to turn things around, make the communication easier, and your ex easier to work with as well. Now, when you do make some subtle changes or adjustments, you may want to get that down in writing and document it, whether it's emails or, texts or something that you can save, and if it's verbal, you definitely need to look at getting it written down so that there's no misunderstandings and you can use it as a reference in the future conversations you might have. We want to respect, everybody's personal boundaries. Just because we share children doesn't mean you need to share every detail of your personal life. I mean, you are divorced and there's a reason why. So healthy boundaries lead to smoother co-parenting relationships. And last but not least, don't forget the self-care. I mean, self-care is very important for your own emotional and mental well-being. Find ways to relieve stress, find people to talk to, lean on your support network. And when you're able to do these things, then you're better equipped to provide support for your kids. Now, in closing here, co-parenting is very challenging, but with open communication, being consistent, having flexibility and a focus on the kids, it can work. It really can. If it's too difficult, then the professional help route may be needed. And, we're trying to keep the kids as happy, as stable as possible. If you find yourself with questions, my contact information is in the podcast details. Feel free to reach out and I will assist any way I can. I'm just, here to help. And remember that divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter, and you are moving on. So take care and have a good day.
We want to thank you for listening to this episode of Breaking Ties, a new you after divorce with Mike Fulkerson. For questions, please reach out to Mike via email in the description or give him a shout at 630-444-1410. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow.